Enraged at the state of Sephora's body, Ace reaches out with his divinity in an attempt to grant the sun god some dignity. His powers did not work as he expected as, rather than pulling him down, Ace accidentally encased him in a tomb of vines and flowers. Sister Holden informs the Risen that the Church of Progress has been hunting the old gods, killing them as they try to reincarnate. As a defense against this, some have been tapping into their powers earlier in life in an attempt to protect themselves. She asks that they go out and seek the reincarnation of the god of the sun, who they know was recently reborn and will be hunted soon. The Risen seek to understand their place in the world and this new pantheon that they are supposed to be a part of, and disagree on how best to procure these younglings. Lesya becomes angry at the idea of tearing these families apart and is adamant that the mortality of the children is not forgotten in exchange for their godhood. After a conversation with Sister Holden, who defers to the wisdom of the gods on how best to settle the matter, the group sets out to Beggar's Row to find the reincarnation of the sun.
Sister Holden, we've been through a few fights. Do we have time to just rest before we, head to find the god of the sun?
She kind of looks over at... there would be a clock. There would be a clock, because this is more of a steampunk setting. She looks over at a clock and goes, well, it would be quite difficult to find the god of the sun at night, so I would say you have time, yes.
Cool.
Sure.
Good.
That checks out. Okay,
Whatever.
I immediately fall asleep.
And all you hear is...
Yes.
I do feel all of us just not quickly, but kind of do that comedy outtake of just everyone slowly turns and just staring at her for like a solid 30 seconds and then looking back and just shrugging and then going to wherever we're gonna crash.
Every snore rattles pebbles across the ground.
Sleeping near her is going to be a difficult task.
Clearly it's not. Is there somewhere we could rest?
Yes, we have beds available for you.
Whoa. I immediately wake up. There are beds?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
There's like a level of fear that just... How did you wake up like that?
I heard you say beds.
Okay.
This is going to be a very, very long time.
She's the god of sound. She can hear in her sleep.
I don't know if that's one of her powers or if that's just something that came naturally to her, but...
Bryan, how far away was the burial ground of the former goddess sun?
Probably about a 10-minute walk.
Alright, I think I'm going to, go, crash near there.
Alright, you are led to beds, all except for Ace, who just disappeared.
Looks moody off in the distance.
Well, first, Ace, you do your little meditation thing?
Yeah, no, I go for the walk and everything, like, I do the shadow thing just so nothing, like, bothers me. And I kind of just sit there looking at the vines and everything, just kind of looking at my hand, looking at the vines, like, just letting all this come about. Just because it's just like, this is new. He didn't realize, like, he was like, okay, these people are probably crazy. The shadow thing was, like, cool, and he was like, oh, magic is new, but, okay, gods?
Perception, please.
Alright. That's a 12.
Alright. So you're just kind of lost in thought for a while. Slowly you become aware of a presence next to you.
I jump back and draw my sword.
You draw your sword as you look at a... Have you ever seen, like a hamster or something that's like sitting on its back legs with its front legs up, but its stomach is so big it just kind of looks like, you know, fat guy in a recliner?
I know what you're going for, yeah, I think I've seen a hamster do
there's
that.
a rat doing that where you, next to where you were, it kind of looks at the sword and sniffs at the tip of it.
I kind of hold out my hand, like, not fully in it, but kind of like a halfway mark to be like, look, if he wants, he can, or she, they can sniff my hand.
It reaches out its little paw back at you, but it's too far away, so it kind of does that motion.
It's a fat little rat.
It's a fat.
Okay, so I kind of pull my hand closer and I guess put it near because I'm not sure whether I was trying to fist bump or just put the hand in my hand.
It kind of stretches a little and kind of flops into your hand.
I go for the scritches?
It accepts the scritches happily.
Huh. I'm just like, I'm very interested by this little thing, and this little guy or girl could be very useful, and I'm just like, how big would you say this rat is? Are you talking New York City size or what normal rats should be?
New York City, we're talking like puppy sized. It's a little smaller than that.
Okay, so yeah, that rat could definitely be a useful thing, and also I am very curious just because all this is very new, so I kind of want to just feel out, and also like, Bryan, what'd you say as like I'm like interacting with the rat? Do I feel like some weird kinship that you normally wouldn't feel from like a random?
I mean, it's adorable and snuggly, it feels. Plus, it's so freaking fat.
Let's cook it. Just kidding.
So, as you're scritching at the rat, you start noticing that your fingers aren't quite what they should be. They're a little longer, a little skinnier. Your nails have grown a little bit longer than they should.
I quickly pull back. I look at
Just
my hand.
fat rat, flop!
And then,
nice normal human hand.
Okay. That is new, and I shall work on that later.
The rats just kind of look around like, what the fuck?
So I guess I look at him like, well, come on. And I just start going back.
It lifts its arms like, eh.
And I kind of do the shadows just to make sure nothing really bothers us on our walk back. And
it has the arms up, eh. Do you pick it up or you walk away from it?
Oh, he wants you to be careful. Up.
He's doing up.
It's a fat rat. Of course it
Yeah.
wants to go up.
He doesn't want to walk that much.
What's his name?
You know what? He interests me, so I'm going to say sure, but if I start to change, I will put him back down.
Let's adopt him.
So you pick up this fat old rat that's a little smaller than a New York City rat, put him on your shoulder, and he just kind of nestles in like, alright, I am comfortable here.
Ace literally just looks at the rat and just goes, "This is the strangest day I have ever had," and just continues to walk.
And so you return to take a rest, now with a very fat rat
Basically.
perched on your shoulder.
And basically, if I see any of the priests or priestess, I'm just like, apparently I made a friend.
And there you have. One of them's like eating dinner and the rat's like eyeing the dinner.
He seems hungry.
You pick up a cracker and just kind of hold it up and it's like, you didn't think something that fat could move that fast. Just takes that cracker.
So what's the rat's name?
I haven't
Name
quite
it.
figured it
Name
out.
it.
I literally would look at the rat and if I like, so what should I call you? And do I have like some weird like mental thing that would basically be like,
The rat just stares back at you and is eating its cracker.
I think I'll call you Spades.
Oh.
Ace of spades. I should stab you for that, but it's somewhat clever. Alright, so you and Spades go to bed.
Okay, when I wake up, I go, "Oh my God, there's enormous vermin!" And I'm like threatening, like poking, like be gone.
It just kind of like one eye blearily opens and does this little rat. It goes back to sleep.
You two stop fighting. He's apparently a friend I made on my walk.
If he's your friend, what's his name?
Spades.
I'm leaving.
No, Lesya. We need to be all together
Don't
to
let the
find
door
this
hit
baby.
you on the way out.
Ace! Why does it feel like I just have a whole bunch of children?
The rat's like waving one hand.
That's what the rat sounds like?
Wait,
Yep.
the rat's
Oh
talking?
God, it can talk.
It doesn't talk, it just kind of makes noise.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, it talks? I'm
Indecipherable
like, am I the
children.
only one who hears this?
Alright, well,
Yep.
stay out of my mug.
Eyeing the mug.
I just kind of start scratching the back of his neck and everything, and just like, don't worry about her. She is a friend, I think.
Alright! Let's go hit stuff.
Let's go find the baby, yes.
Alright. I'm gonna say it's like dawn at this point. Like
About
early.
that, yeah.
So then, well, we're in the sewer. Are we in the sewers?
You're in an area connected to the sewers, yes.
If we took, well, we're not taking the baby, so if we took the sewers, could we get to the District of Misdrains faster?
Faster, less conspicuously.
Less
More
conspicuous.
the
is
second.
good.
Yeah, more the second.
Okay, well, we have guards, and yes, we have magic and everything, but also, like, I can do this on command, but I'm gonna say, like, after a certain point, it may take a little bit out of me, so... Yeah, so basically, his first thought is going to be what he usually would do, which is basically sewer systems...
Smell like shit in the sewers?
Hey, if it keeps you alive, it keeps you alive.
You'd think he would have known how to get shit out of armor a little better than he did.
Especially if he spends so much time down in the sewers.
Exactly.
Usually he lands more gracefully instead of just face first.
To be
Face
fair-
first into shit.
The bar had no lemons.
That too.
It's not a good bar.
Alright, let's
Even
go!
dive bars have
Let's
lemons.
Marching through the sewers.
Marching through the sewers. You make your way to, I believe it's, Beggar's Row is where you're aiming for, specifically,
Yes.
in the Miscreant District.
So are we gonna do this? What? Are we splitting up, or are we just like?
I think we should stick together.
Yeah, we probably should stick together, especially...
Just in
Sounds like
case.
a good idea.
Just in
No.
case things go poorly.
I also look at everyone, I'm just like... Whatever valuables you have, keep in front of you.
What valuables?
I don't know.
You look over and Spade is holding your mug.
What?
Huh.
Good
What?
boy.
That was
And I-
tied to my belt.
I also take it back.
He
I'm just
smiles a little bit, and
Nope.
you just see, like,
Snatch
twine
it
in
back.
his teeth.
Snatch it back. This rat better watch his ass.
But also, I also look at everyone going, if a rat can do that, a person is 10 times better, especially in this area.
So, what are we doing? Are we just knocking on doors?
I'm gonna, well,
Is there a
first...
midwife? Is there a midwife?
There. You want to roll an investigation check?
Yeah,
yes,
kind of.
please.
Go
We
ahead
can-
and roll investigation checks.
Investigation. 15.
I only got an 11.
11
21.
16.
8.
and 8. Oh, I'm so glad it was Corvilius. You knock on a door and, like, talk to someone, and you see, like, this... What? Hello? The old man opened the door. Are you with that Aarakocra? You know, that Bertie Sanders campaign talking about unions. Let me tell you about unions! And you are now talking to this guy, or at least trying to get away from this guy for the next 20 minutes.
Well, since you started this, can I roll for politics?
You may roll for politics.
10.
You remember Bertie Sanders, the Aarakocra, is working for the working class people of the city, hoping to kind of get their vision of Rodal into being, but they have the Puppet King and his council are trying to fight that as much as possible.
Okay, so did any of us find, like, for example, a midwife who maybe had a weird kid born recently?
Well, Corvilius is getting his ear chewed off by this anti-Bertie Sanders guy. The rest of you are talking to a few people and discovered that a few children have been born in this district over the past few weeks. And with a little palm greasing, you get the locations of about 3 different children. So finally Corvilius manages to pull himself away from this guy, who was talking about making Rodal great again. So after a while, you come across a home, and you've checked the others, normal babies as far as you can tell. You feel, this has got to be it. So you knock on the door, and a woman answers the door. She is youngish human. She's probably in her 20s, but she looks a lot older, just like life has been hard to her. And she looks up and goes, hello?
Ma'am, do you have a baby that glows?
What she means is, do you have a baby that's the light of your life?
That's not what I said. No, does your baby literally glow?
Who are you, strange people?
We are with the census.
Roll deception!
Ace just kind of, as soon as like someone else started talking, Ace was like, this is not gonna go well. Cover their ass, cover their ass.
That was not a joke, roll deception.
I crit! So 26!
You're with the census! Okay!
May we come in?
We've never had a census before that's new.
I take out my little notebook and the pencil, adjust my glasses.
Yes, let's do it. This is good.
We just want to know about you and your family and everything. Just, because there are some politicians who actually are trying to care about the district.
Oh, are you with the Bernie Sanders campaign?
Some of us, yes.
We like him here. So many people thought his clean air position was just because he's Aarakocra. I think he really wants it for all of us.
He does, and he's really interested in meeting even his youngest of potential voters.
One day.
Depending on
Constituents.
how this goes, you're either about to get him a lot of really good publicity or ruin his campaign run. I'm not sure which.
So, ma'am, do you mind if we come in?
Come in. My name is Maylene.
Hi, Maylene. Nice to meet you.
I really don't have anything to offer.
That's all right.
Oh, that's fine.
That is perfectly fine, ma'am.
Just right over here is on a diet
you and
anyway.
your family is quite enough.
That is quite a large rat.
Oh, I am...
And Space just kind of waves.
He's very well trained, trust me. He's sort of a mascot.
Mousecot.
A mousecot, even. God damn it. We're on a roll tonight.
Are you saying the mascot of Bernie Sanders is a rat?
Yes, he works for everyone.
Oh, even those deemed to be the lowest.
Ace is kind of like stunned because once they say that, I'm just like, this is not going to help anyone's cause, whether we were helping him or not.
So, ma'am, we are here to take a survey of the members of your household. Do you have any glowing family members?
No, none of our families are glowing. Is there something wrong with the water?
We're just trying to, cover all the bases. There have been a few incidents where, some of the children had glowing rashes.
Oh, that sounds quite unpleasant. How can I avoid, my daughter getting that?
Oh, there is actually a test to see if your child has been infected. I take out the box with the rock, but it's covered.
The best way to tell is if you take this box and walk near your child, open it up, and if it glows, your child is fine. And just let us know.
I'm going to walk to the other side of the room and just
You walk
cross my hands
the 3
over.
feet to the other side of the room. It's a very small room.
And I just kind of cross my hands over my chest and be like, y'all didn't want me to take point on this. Have fun.
Yeah.
You didn't want to take point on this.
I know, but I'm reconsidering.
No, I know. So Ace is just like, you know what? I'm not a doctor, so I cannot tell. But basically, if you just walk it in, open the box near your baby. If it glows, just let us know, and we can inform you what to do accordingly after we know what the results are. Whether it glows or not. Is that a fair? Because we just want what's best for your baby.
I feel like I should make you make another check.
Yes.
That's like persuasion.
That one's more persuasion, yes.
Ryan, do they have to be near the rock or holding it for it to glow?
It will glow brighter if they touch it.
I just don't want one of us being there and getting a false positive.
Yes, I agree.
We got the baby! We got the baby! That's not a godling. Damn it! Wrong
Which
baby!
is why the box is closed.
Yeah. Yes, I'm rolling so well. That's basically a dirty 20.
She takes the box from you. Okay. she walks over to the, there's like a bassinet in the corner that you only now realize is a bassinet because it's basically just a wooden trough.
Ah.
Set up in the corner.
Yeah.
And she takes the box and goes, okay, River, here we go. I guess she opens the box and just whoosh of this pink light. And she kind of like closes the box. I think it lit up. I think that's what you were looking for, right?
That
Yes, what color was it?
I'm a little blind right now. I think it was pink.
Okay.
Let me talk with my compatriots here, and the professor, as I kind of smack the gnome's back, just because out of everyone who's going to be a doctor, he might be one of them.
I have a doctorate!
Doctor, what do you think we should do?
Wait, is this
This is
in our, like, huddle, I guess?
This is kind of like a quick huddle just to discuss.
Not strange at all in this woman's home.
Well, no.
That's why I'm standing in the side.
That's kind of why I was like, let me and my compatriots discuss to determine the results.
I make a show of flipping through pages,
Where?
like checking things.
I don't know where we're going with this, so...
I look at Corvilius and I'm just like, just roll with it because this is what we got.
I mean, she seems like a decent woman. Perhaps we could convince her to bring the child with us.
Yes, well,
She could get informed on what's going on.
okay.
You said it was a pink light, correct?
You saw it. It was a pink light.
Yes, it was a pink light.
One of these days we'll be able to tone down that light.
I mean,
One day.
Reminds me every time.
that strong of a reading really should be handled by the experts in the field, should it not?
But I thought that meant everything was okay.
The strength of the light was correct, the color was not.
Persuasion check!
Absolutely. A 15.
This woman is shit at, like, how did she lived in this place so long and still this gullible?
Because she has a good heart, unlike most of the people.
Oh, so you're saying we need to admit River to this hospital?
Yes, we
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
And
we have an expert. If you and River could come with us, we can bring you.
I really should wait for my husband to come home, but he's going to be at work at the cannery all day, and this might not want to wait till nighttime.
we do agree. We shouldn't wait.
Yes.
I suppose, let me get my coat. Because
Of course.
apparently I'm an idiot who is going to believe strangers who walk into my home.
But we're with Bertie Sanders.
It's true.
He can be
How can you
trusted.
not trust the people with Bertie Sanders?
None of this makes any sense.
None of this makes This went off the rails so hard. That crit fucked me up so hard.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
Well, for Bertie Sanders and for River, I will do this. And she gets her coat and collects the baby, which, by the way, the baby's just kind of sitting there smiling.
Hey, baby.
Hi, River. You're adorable.
Well, she never cries either.
Do we remember anything about, like, the gods and everything?
Is that a thing?
Well, she's just always happy, and she sleeps through the night. So easily. I mean, I always heard that babies would wake up every few hours, but it's almost like we lay her down at night and she wakes up in the morning, just perfectly rested.
Almost like that.
Bryan, is there any way I could do Pass Without a Trace without her noticing?
No. Shadows literally wrap around you.
Right. Alright, so what's the most easiest way to get there without too many eyes seeing us?
Well, here's the thing about that. JJ,
Yeah.
I want you to roll a D100, and Sara, I want you to choose high or low. First Sara, then JJ.
Low.
What did you roll, JJ?
52. So.
Alrighty. So you are making your way downtown.
Walking fast.
Faces pass.
There it is. As you go, you're discussing the best way to get back without being caught in such a way that MacLeod doesn't catch on. So as you're doing this, you turn a corner and you realize the street's not as crowded as it usually is.
Can I roll some perception just because...
You don't need to. Because at the end of the road, there are 4 guards.
Oh no.
And from behind them, a man standing a foot taller than any of them, in full plate armor and a glowing stone around his neck.
Mother muchacho.
No, he has Godstone too. Crazy.
Yeah. And I would like Corvilius and Cordelia to make history checks, please.
Sure. We know him, don't we?
You might at least know of him.
22.
13.
Corvilius, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Cordelia, you know who the fuck this guy is. And you are scared. Because this is Julius, Paladin of the Three.
Well, you would see that Cordelia is pretty freaked out.
Alright, so I know this guy's not good. That's all I need to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, I also, look at, MacLeod, and I'm just like, oh, I do apologize. I went the wrong way. We're supposed to be one street over. Follow me. And,
you start to move, and all you hear is, halt! No, just his voice just echoes out. And, make a quick wisdom save for me.
Oh, good lord. 19.
So you feel like the tug of his words trying to stop you, and you're able to pull through it, but you do feel his words have power.
Cool. I don't like this. So I look at... So basically I'm just like, we should probably, head this way. You know how the guards can be with this area. And especially
she's
if
just
they
kind of
hear
like
your
holding the baby. She's like, he's telling us to stop. We really shouldn't go against... Even if we're trying to vote out the king, we have to obey until the law is changed. And like you see like that.
MacLeod, trust us.
They're coming for your baby, and they may not be as willing to help them as we are trying to be.
You just see like confusion flicker across her face. Doesn't know what's going on, and I haven't described any features of Julius because you can't see any. He's in full plate armor. He's wearing a helm that hides his face. Think like that Greek Spartan helmet, where it's just like those slits on the side of the face and a bit of like a red plume down the back. His armor is steel with gold filigree running through it. And he has a shield on one arm and a long sword in the other, which he is currently drawing.
Okay, but is he hot?
You cannot tell, but you can tell he has very broad shoulders, very large-chested, and his arms, you can see in between where the plating is,
He jacked?
thick corded muscle.
Ooh, he thick.
That boy
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
thicker than a Snicker.
I am also drawing my sword. Because, bitch, don't even.
The child must be handed over to the Three. I'm here to collect her.
I see a lot more than 3 of you, so you don't get nothing.
How far away are they?
They're probably only about 40 feet.
I look
And
at
you see
everyone.
2 of them, like, he stepped forward.
Yeah.
You see 2 come forward drawing swords, and 2 start flanking on either side drawing out bows. So, initiative time!
Quick question, Brian. Are there any alleyways nearby that leads to another street?
There are a couple alleyways, yes.
14.
14 as well.
I'm
what's
guessing
your-
you have the higher dex.
I'm sure he has the higher dex.
Yeah.
16.
Ta-ta-ta.
17.
Oh, they suck at initiative.
Good. This is the one time we really want them to suck.
Well, Julius did fine. It was the other ones that didn't do so hot.
Of course he doesn't.
Of course he did fine. I mean, come on, the dude is so frickin' sexy.
His reputation precedes him.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know if he's hot yet, but I'm really banking on that.
And Zero, you're up first.
I'm going to pick up what's her name?
Maylene.
I'll pick her up.
I'm gonna go pick her up and go down an alleyway.
Alright, so quickly, I need you to make me an athletics check. It's not hard, but you are lifting a human who's carrying another smaller human.
15.
Alright, so you managed to pick her up.
Pick up them. It is my job to protect you and that baby from these people, so I'm going to need you to stay still and hold on tight to the baby.
Alright. So she's like, okay.
And I go down the alleyway.
Alright, you are moving at half speed, just so you know, because you're carrying another human.
I will bonus action, spend a key point to move my full 40 feet still.
So,
Well, my base is 40, so if I'm moving at half speed and I dash, is it still just...
that's still 40, because you're moving at half speed, so it's 20 and 20.
Gotcha. Alright, so yeah, I move 40 feet down the alleyway.
Alright. So Zero just scoops and dips.
Did he just...
Yes, I think he did.
Okay. Bye.
Corvilius, you're up.
Yeah. I'm going to use Magic Stone on just like a rock or 3.
Okay. So you scoop up these rocks that you find, you flip out your... what's it called? The slingshot. And you clack it against yourself, and it just kind of whirs with energy for a second. And you shove the rocks in the bottom of the slingshot. And they kind of go through a metal tube, and then one pops out and is floating right by where the slingshot would fire from.
And I'm going to ready in action to shoot if they start to attack.
Alrighty. Who are you going to aim at?
How many? There are 3 of them, right?
There are 4. There are 4 God Hunters and Julius, so 5 enemies total.
Whichever one is closest as they start to move.
Gotcha.
And I will use my movement to move, I guess, towards the alleyway.
Alright, so you start moving towards the alleyway.
Yep.
Alright, so Julius is going to start stepping forward, and he is going to, like, sheath his sword at this point. Like, he was expecting a fight, not for you to run, so he sheaths it, and he starts walking towards the alleyway. Clanking the whole way.
Clank.
But he seems to be moving completely at ease. Like, it's not even... the armor isn't impeding him at all.
Whose turn is it?
It's Julius. He's walking towards that alleyway until he gets where he can see Zero running.
Okay.
He reaches over and he picks up a barrel.
What the fuck?
He one-hands it. And
shit.
he just... whoosh! Just throws it down the alleyway.
Oh my god.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, this is a ranged weapon attack, right?
This is a ranged weapon attack. However...
I would call it an improvised attack.
it is an improvised weapon.
But it's ranged still.
It's ranged, but here's the thing. It's a full rain barrel. I don't think you can deflect missile on something that weighs as much as you.
When hit by a ranged weapon attack, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus dex mod plus monk level. That's all I'm saying.
Also, you have no hands.
I deflect it with my body.
What are the chances that the barrel shatters as soon as it hits the ground? Is it just
Pretty good.
hitting him? Is it not like, it's not like rolling or nothing, right?
Hang on, let me find the... God damn it, making my life difficult, JJ.
No, listen, man, that's damage you're trying to hit me with.
As if it were a ranged weapon, so yeah, I guess so.
Yes! I'm looking for it. Well, I mean, you guys still gotta roll your damage first, so.
I have to double check what the damage is. Alright, so that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna roll my d10. Alright, I got a 3. Plus 3. Plus 3. Because everything's 3.
So you reduce it by 9?
Yes.
Alright, so you only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as this barrel smashes into you. You like twist in the air as it smashes into you. It just kind of knocks you a little off balance. And you turn and see this man looking at you.
Well, as much
Kind of.
you assume he is.
You assume he's looking at you. And then he reaches over and grabs something else. I would say, what would be in an alleyway? A crate? He palms a crate in his hand like a basketball. I was pretty sure a 17 is going to hit you.
Yeah.
He has multi-attack.
He does have multi-attack. And that's 7 points of bludgeoning. As this crate hits you like square in the face, shattering around you and covering you in an assortment of dirty rags and empty buckets of maybe like, what was at one time some form of adhesive and now is like hard and crusty.
Ew.
So, the remains of some kind of construction project. And that would be Julius's turn.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Rebirth is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf, using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules set published by Wizards of the Coast and the God's Fall rulebook created by Aram Vartian of the God's Fall podcast. You can find Aram on Twitter at Vartian, Vartian, or by going to godsfall.com. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
My name is Nicole Summers, and I played Cordelia, Patience Gunn.
This is Jair, also known as JJ, and I play the character of Zero.
Hey, this is Sara, and I play Lesya.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Corvilius Picklewhip.
Hello, my name is Andrew Brown, and I play Ace.
The theme for this episode, Beyond the Known, was composed by Varansky and made available by neosounds.com. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website and Adrian von Ziegler. Detailed information on music in this episode is provided in its description. Music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers, and the episode was edited by Matthew Reed. Contact us on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com, or join our Discord server by following the link in the episode description below. If you like us and want to support our show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/reliablychaotic, or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again in our next adventure.